Okay, welcome to video number 14 here in the Farnsworth house. What we're going to do is we're going to just take our first step into rendering, right? And I'm going to show you something called an infinite ground plane. All right, so if I go over here to my perspective, and this is our house so far, this is how much we have, you'll notice it doesn't look bad, but we haven't tried to do any rendering yet. Okay, so if I click up here on this blue sphere, that is a render sphere. And what's going to happen is it actually just gave me a little rendering of this house that we're building, right? Nothing special, but you'll also notice that I've got some shadows here, right? But it also appears to be floating in sky, so there's no real depth, right, to it. And the reason for that is it is literally floating in the air, and architecture needs to sit on something. All right, that is an absolute truism. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to where it says Render Tools. I'm going to click on Render Tools. And right down here, just under the tools and mesh tools, there's this little thing, looks like a hand and a green grid. If I hover over it, it says toggle ground plane panel. So what I can do is I can click on that, and I will get this little pull down menu, right? And it'll say environments, lights, sun, ground plane. These are all for renderings. We haven't touched that yet, but watch this. If I click here where it says ground plane, right here it says ground plane settings on, and that's not checked. Underside, you'll notice it'll say height above the XY plane, so I could move it up. It's typically going to be just on the XY plane. All right, so watch this. If I say on, it'll say automatic, and then it'll say right now, so show shadow only. We're not worried about a material yet because we don't know what that is. And so now I'm going to go ahead and close that. Okay, now it appears as if nothing has changed, but if I go over here, I'm going to go off. You can render from right here as well, but I'm going to go back to my standard view, right? And now I'm going to click on that blue sphere again, which is for rendering. And as I render, we're going to be able to start seeing our Farnsworth house. Now, remember, there's no pilotis yet. Nothing's holding it up, but we now have a ground plane there, and it looks a lot cooler. Okay. So I'm going to stop this video right there. We've just added a ground plane, and the reason it ended up where it is because of where our construction plane is from the previous lesson. Okay, I'm going to stop this, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Thanks.